Stellar Blade has been causing quite a stir among gamers for several reasons. Besides the obvious, it's coming at a time when many gamers are looking for something new, and many of the biggest games are really far away from release. Also, players are always looking for games with striking art styles and beautiful graphics, and this game definitely has that. But it's the obvious thing that has been causing all the commotion. Eve, the protagonist of Stellar Blade, really needs no introduction. By now, everyone is aware of how beautiful her character model is. Eve's body is scanned directly from real-life Korean model Shin Jae-yeon, and is usually adorned in the most skin-tight, barely there outfits possible in-game in order to show off those curves. And because our society is the way it is, online response to Eve's revealing reveal has been predictably predictable. Some people are taking issue that yet another female video game protagonist is so obviously created to appeal to the male gaze. After all, no one really cares about Eve's personality when her clothing leaves nothing to the imagination, right? And then others are celebrating Stellar Blade's developers because, to them, too many female video game characters nowadays are quote-unquote ugly instead of the supermodels they want to fantasize about. Why can't all women be insanely hot all the time? This is escapism, after all. Before we get to the hot takes, let's start off with the universal truth. Everyone can feel drawn to a beautiful woman. This is why, when a company wants to sell something, and they want to get as many eyes on that thing as possible, the easiest way to do that is to have that thing presented by a gorgeous woman. That's what the designers of Stellar Blade are doing, yeah? It's marketing 101. Because most people can appreciate sex appeal. Even people who are not physically attracted to women can appreciate their beauty. We can all agree on that, right? But here's the thing. What makes a woman beautiful to behold is purely a matter of culture and/or opinion. It all lies within the eye of the beholder, to use a popular expression. To one person, a woman may look mid, but to that woman's partner, that is the most beautiful woman in the world. Most of the voices crying out about how video game characters are getting uglier and how Eve's looks are what all feminine video game protagonists should look are people who have deep insecurities of their own. Because even if you think you are the most attractive thing anyone has ever laid eyes upon, and even if everyone you ever meet tells you so as well, the fact is that there are always many people out there to whom your looks mean absolutely nothing. Beauty is subjective. That fact applies to all of us, whether you are the most curvaceous Instagram model or the most average-looking woman in the world. We are all born looking a certain way, and we have a small degree of control over some aspects of our appearance. We can wear nice clothes, go to the gym and get physically fit, groom our hair very nicely, moisturize, but that's just window dressing on who we are as a person. And can we all agree that we all deserve to feel beautiful in our own skin? The fact is, most of the big games that come out these days feature characters that are based on real people. It's not just Stellar Blade. And to say that all of those women are ugly because they are not as conventionally attractive as Shin Jae-yeon is just flat out wrong. Again, beauty is not just a binary, either you are or you are not. There are people for whom Eve is not their ideal fantasy woman, and that's okay. Women come in every shape and size, and the odds are very high that the one that captures your eye and your heart in the real world won't look anything like Shin Jae-yeon. Not just because her shape is incredibly rare, but what if we were to turn this judgment of women's appearance on its head and declare something like, I don't know, Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3 to be the ideal man? That would be a problem, right? Because, guys, let's be honest. What if women were saying, if you don't look like Astarion, you're ugly? That's ridiculous, right? There are so many other handsome men of all different shapes out in the world. There isn't just one that appeals to all women and everything else is meh. This is what is known as unrealistic standards of beauty. It's been a thing in pop culture since forever. But recent times have seen at least an effort for change towards a less discriminatory point of view. The term dad bod became a thing about 10 years ago, because women wanted to show appreciation for men who don't work out 12 hours a day and who don't conform to what society says is what an attractive man should look like. There is no real equivalent when it comes to women, not as far as a slogan or a hashtag goes. But women of all shapes can find love and appreciation, and that's a beautiful thing. It would be nice if that same level of appreciation for a woman as more than just a voluptuous body to look at extends to entertainment as well, right? When Trophy was a kid reading comic books, every woman in those comic pages was a supermodel in a pose straight out of a Playboy magazine. Probably because every person drawing comics was a guy, and usually an immature guy at that. But today, comics are drawn by a huge variety of people. Men, women, and everyone along the spectrum. So the characters are actually realistic looking. And they are still gorgeous. Shin Jae-yoon's body is perfect for Eve right now. But she's 32. What if she decides to have children? What about when her body naturally ages and changes over the years? What if the developers put Shin Jae-yoon's body into a sequel changed in this way? Is she any less beautiful because her body is different? Of course not. Natural-looking women with the sizes and shapes that you would see in any woman anywhere, they're all gorgeous in their own ways. The key here is that we can appreciate the unique beauty of one person without tearing down the beauty of another. Or, put in a different way, you can express how much one body appeals to you without insulting the others, as if all the sizes and shapes people come in aren't worth as much. Everyone should be able to feel confident and positive about their body, just the way it is, without being constantly compared to an unrealistic expectation of beauty from someone else. And one last thing. To those offended by the fact that Eve's skin-tight outfits are so obviously fan service, know that the game gives you choice. You can clothe Eve however you want. Some in-game suits are legitimate fashion you may see on a stylish woman you know. It's important to allow people the opportunity to appreciate Eve in a way they enjoy. If that means she's more conservatively adorned, so be it. You can reject or play this video game the way you want, as long as you're not hurting other people's enjoyment. We all could do with a little more empathy for each other and the different ways we prefer appreciating games, right?
Thank you for